than the assassination attempt against President Reagan. Judge Jerry Parr and Ray Shattuck, as soon as the first shot goes off, they grab the president and they throw him into the car.
Agent Tim McCarthy shielded Reagan with his body, taking a bullet in the process.
A little more heterosexual, a slightly upscale shopping street, since the days in the 80s and 90s when AIDS was devastating the gay male population that gathered here. But in America today, when the disease is mostly controlled through drugs, the Castro remains a focal...
The world certainly have heard of Ted Turner, especially fans of this network. I spoke to my former boss today about his life and his accomplishments and about the new book that is just coming out about him called Last Stand, Ted Turner's Quest to Save a Troubled Planet.
I dedicate the news channel for America, the cable news network.
On June 1st, 1980, Ted Turner sealed his place in history as the inventor of 24-hour TV news. It's the stuff of legend. Ted Turner, the
woman astronaut Sally Ride into space and into history. Lynn Scher has the story.
She was grinning with excitement even before she left the Earth, even before the crowds here chanted, "Ride, Sally, ride," as Challenger took its supercharged journey into space.
And liftoff of STS-7 and America's first woman astronaut. And the shuttle has cleared the tower.
It was a perfect launch into the history books, as Challenger once again charged into the sky and gently rolled over, carrying not only Sally Ride,
It's the final countdown.
I found what I loved to do early in life. Woz and I started Apple in my parents' garage when I was 20. We worked hard, and in 10 years, Apple had grown from just the two of us in a garage into a $2 billion company with over 4,000 employees. We just released our finest creation, the Macintosh, a year earlier, and I just turned 30. And then I got fired. As Apple grew, we hired someone who I thought was very talented to run the company with me. And for the first year or so, things went well. But then our visions of the future began to diverge, and eventually we had a falling out. And so at 30, I was out, and very publicly out.
But that version never managed to take off, though it did lead to the invention of the CD and other digital formats. On October 1st, 1982, Sony debuted the CD player. For its first 6 months on the shelf, it was only available in Japan. And the new technology came with a steep price tag, too, nearly $1,000 at the time. Sony also introduced the first commercially released CD.
I don't know what I'm to say, I'll say it anyway. Today is another day to find
Game today. The original arcade Pac-Man, produced by Namco and distributed by Midway in the US, was a smash hit. Over 350,000 machines were produced, some of which are still in operation today. It brought in over $1 billion in quarters and another $1 billion in machine sales in the first year and a half on the market. It was the first video game to have an animated TV show, breakfast cereal, a line of toys, and a hit single called Pac-Man Fever, which peaked at number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1982. Pac-Man was a true phenomenon, and whether you played games or not, it was a household word then and now.
Got time. talking less about clothes and sports and what Joe did to Jane, and more about...
When you get to those things that go up and down, you just jump on them.
After school, even on the day that brings the first beautiful snowfall of the season. Everyone's eager to get inside the house so they can rush to get to the television set. Now, usually they don't play together. We invited them to a Nintendo party. They pop the cartridge into this deck, which attaches to any television set. These controls direct the characters. The better your eye-hand coordination, the better you do. Never has there been a toy that's been this successful.
How much you want, Biff?
All right, punk. Now,
Whoa, Biff. What's that?
Calvin Klein. Oh my God, he's a dream.
Whoa, kid, stop. Boy. I'll get it back to you, all right?
My magic sword and said, "By the power of Grayskull." Cringer became
possessed by the sounds of MzDClarke's and DJ Easy Rock.
Hit it. To get down, I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock the microphone because I get stupid. I mean outrageous. Stay away from me if you're contagious, cause I'm a winner, no not a loser. To be
just get on down and hit me. That bot just get so funky and hit me. Yeah, just hit me. It's time to chase your dreams about the streets.
What's love got to do? Got to do with it. What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do? Got to do with it. Who needs a heart?
The lesson I preach, I talk sense condensed into the form of a poem. Full of knowledge from my toes to the top of my dome. I'm kinda young, but my tongue speaks maturity. I'm not a child, I don't need nothing for security. I get paid when my record is played, to put it short. I got it made, I got it made, I got it made, I got it made. Y'all tucked in? Yeah, here we go. Once upon a time, not long ago, when people wore pajamas and lived life slow, where laws were stern and justice stood, and people were behaving like they ought to good. They lived a little.
Job in the city, working for the man every night and day. And I never lost 1 minute of sleep and worried about the way things might have been.